Nintendo being greedy. This is a topic that has definitely been popping up quite a bit with the Nintendo Switch 2, but honestly, I think it started with the original Nintendo Switch, making their first $70 game with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Some people thought that was kind of greedy. The re-released Wii U games coming on the Nintendo Switch at higher price points without really adding any sort of new stuff into the games to justify the additional price point. Some people saw that as kind of greedy. I think the conversations have definitely been a lot louder, though, with the Nintendo Switch 2. Mario Kart World being $80, the ever-rising price of amiibo figures nearly doubling, sometimes even more than double of what they used to be, and Nintendo seems to have a little bit of a cocky swagger to them right now that some people don't like. Now, when it comes to this stuff, you can argue it's greedy, it's not greedy, it's a product of necessity, and it really just boils down to the individual person as far as how they feel about the situation. There is no right or wrong answer, except for this. Because today, we're going to be talking about something that I don't think anyone can justify. And if you do justify it, go watch Nintendo Prime or something like that. Because, bro, this is absolute insanity. And just textbook greed. Textbook greed straight out of the gate. And I don't think anyone can justify this. Now, we're talking about something involving Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 is the lowest rated Metroid Prime game according to Metacritic, which I completely expected. Like I said, everything we've seen from this game, it seems like another solid Metroid Prime game, but they didn't really do anything to kind of make it bigger and better and badder and, adding in additional stuff. It has been 18 years since we got Metroid Prime 3, and the gaming industry has changed. First-person adventure games have changed, so people were hoping for a change with Metroid. Now, that's not to say that the game is going to be bad. 81 on Metacritic is still a good score at the end of the day, and I will be doing a review of the game when it comes out. I did take a look at the reviews over on the second channel, so make sure you guys go check that out. But obviously, there are some questionable things with this game. The Scott the Woz character that's like a helper, and the bike. What's up with the bike? The bike is weird. I don't understand the bike. But now there's been a discovery that I don't even know how to put this into words. So let's take a look at this here. This is a tweet done by Andre over at Game Explain. This is something that came across my timeline, and you can see that I like it. I don't think Andre likes me, and I mean, I've made jokes at about Game Explain before, so it's understandable. It's understandable. But Andre, do your thing. This is a good tweet. I like this. So Andre says, I genuinely think the desert would have been at least 3 times better if they had some banging music behind it. But it just feels so vapid. And then he plays here, and you can hear. I'll have the audio on this clip turned on, and you can hear. There's no music. First off, this doesn't look like super interesting. Like, I don't know. It just seems unnecessary. Metro, whoa, let me get these crystals here. But obviously, there's no music going on with this. It's just quietness. And, Metroid games have really good music. Like, Kraid's theme is freaking awesome. If you've ever listened to Stemage, which is a band that did an album called Metroid Metal, that is absolute banger material. But you can see here, as you go through the desert, or you could hear here, that there is no music. Okay. So what does that have to do with greed? There's no music. Okay, that was a choice that they made. What if I were to tell you that there is music, but it's not unlockable in the game, but there is a way to get it? Let's take a look here at the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Amiibo page over on Nintendo.co.jp. So with the Samus and Viola amiibo, which of course is the bike, you can change the color of it every time you touch your amiibo. You can check the total distance. Once a day, you can increase the rate at which Viola's boost energy regenerates. When you touch the amiibo of Samus, you can now change the background music when riding Viola in Solvelia, which is the desert area. Once a day, you can activate a shield. Once a day, when the shield is activated. Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. You can now change the background music when riding Viola and change, but there is no background music. What do you mean change? Nintendo put background music when you're on the bike in Metroid Prime 4 behind a paywall. Listen to me. Listen to me. They put music when you're riding the bike behind a paywall. A $30 paywall. $30 if you want... Bro, no. I don't want to hear any sort of nonsense, bullshit explanations from people. Well, it's not that big. No, bro, if any other company put a $30 put a $30 price tag on having background music when you're doing something that you do quite a bit in the game, everyone would have problems. Everyone would be shouting about this from the rooftops. I didn't even know about this until I saw that tweet, and I thought, that's kind of weird. And then Spawnwave was like, if you have the amiibo, you can get background music when you're on the bike. And I was like, okay, no, there's no, that has to be wrong. Like, you have to, maybe you get like a special song or something like that, but there's music on the bike, right? And he's like, no, there's not. How can anyone justify this? How can you sit there and blindly defend everything that Nintendo does? Because if this was EA, if this was Microsoft, if this was PlayStation, if this was Activision, if this was any of these other companies that is known for nickel and diming people to get, a full experience, people would be up in arms. People would be, so pissed off about it. But because it's Nintendo and it's Metroid Prime 4, it flies under the radar. What are these songs? Okay, like I said, Metroid has an amazing soundtrack. Like, think about the soundtrack in previous Metroid Prime games, in Super Metroid, and hell, in Metroid on the NES. Amazing songs, some of the best composed songs of a Nintendo game. But they are blocking you from hearing these songs and this background music when you're on the bike unless you pay $30 for an amiibo. That's all this is. Pay $30 for the amiibo and you get the music. Are you out of your mind? Who decided this? Who signed off on this? That was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's run with that. So now you have to pay $100. You have to pay $100 if you want to play this game on your Nintendo Switch 2 and listen to music while you're riding on the bike. Or else it's just silence. There's a hum of a bike and you hear like crystals breaking and shit like that. I don't know how anyone can justify this. This is greed. Plain and simple. Black and white. Clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. But I know there's going to be people in the comments that are going to justify it. And I know there's going to be Nintendo YouTube channels that are going to watch this video. Oh, he's making a big deal out of nothing. Making a big deal out of nothing. Imagine if in order to hear, songs in a Mario level, oh, you got to have the Mario amiibo. Oh, you want to hear this Zelda song in the background? Oh, no, you're going to walk around in silence as you're in the overworld. You're going to walk around in silence unless you have the amiibo. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But, like I said, I will have a review of Metroid Prime 4 once I spend some time with the game. I'll be doing that pretty much all day today when you're watching this video. So maybe by Friday, probably by Saturday the latest, I'll have a video out about my thoughts on it. But let me know what you think of this in the comments section down below, because this absolutely blew my mind that this is a thing that Nintendo decided to do. And like people are going to let it slide with them. They're going to be fine with it. And it's just like, no, bro, stand on your own too. It's okay to not love everything a company does. It's pathetic to love everything a company does. It's a cult. You have indebted yourself into a cult at that point in time. It's okay to call things out. It's okay. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. You know what? I'm going to start if you want background music in my videos, I'm going to start charging money for it. Like, imagine if I said that. Later.